Chris Hipkins lost the 2023 New Zealand election. He lost badly. His party got crushed. Labour lost an enormous number of seats, including many of its safe seats. The election went incredibly badly for Labour. Every major party, except for Labour, gained seats. It was a crushing defeat. In my view, the spineless agenda of Chris Hipkins was partly to blame. Numerous members of the Labour Party wanted to do tax reform. They wanted to redistribute the tax burden towards the wealthy and away from workers. They wanted to give ordinary people a big tax cut paid for by the wealthy few. It was a perfect Labour Party policy. Bold, pro-worker. A policy that would have benefited masses of ordinary people. But Hipkins shot it down. Instead, he opted for a laughable GST or fruit and veg policy. A policy that looked ridiculous compared to the major tax cuts offered by the political right. He could have countered the right with a major tax cut for working people. Instead, he played into their hands by offering a vastly inferior tax policy. Hipkins chose the moderate path. He thought that refusing to pursue bold policies was the best path towards victory. He was very wrong. Hipkins is spineless. He would rather win and stand for nothing than lose and stand for something. What good is victory if you abandon your values to get it? Now, of course, Hipkins is willing to consider more radical policies. Because he lost the election. It seems his primary motivation is winning, not serving his values. Why else would he be a moderate before the election, but become more open to bold ideas after losing? Hipkins is a weak leader. His messaging is not very good. He lacks a strong presence. He is bad at catching the headlines. He is bad at shaping the narrative. The worst part is that most of the Labour politicians would be even worse leaders. I don't like Hipkins, but he is vastly better than Jenny Anderson, one of the potential replacements. Kieran McAnulty is one of the few decent candidates for leader. But he lost his Wairarapa seat, which damages his credibility as a democratic leader. Having a list MP as leader is not unheard of, but generally it is avoided, especially for the major parties. Hipkins is a bad leader, but he is still better than Luxon. Luxon is totally devoid of leadership skills. His government is dominated by his coalition partners. David Seymour constantly undermines his authority. He has completely failed to establish a direction and vision for the country. He is a failed leader. It seems that high-quality leaders are a thing of the past. Now we have to deal with idiots. It is an appalling state of affairs, and it is a very serious problem. Without a strong leader, a country loses direction and momentum. Its idea of itself begins to lose coherence. Its identity becomes less clear. A country needs a decent leader, a leader who establishes a vision, a leader who establishes a direction for the country, a leader who takes responsibility and holds those of lower rank accountable, a leader who inspires confidence and optimism, a leader who does what needs to be done, a leader who is not scared to be bold, a leader who cares about long-term legacy, not short-term power, a leader who seeks to be something more than a mere politician, a leader who strives to be a statesman. That is what we require.